Hey guys, Matt Barkas, CEO of MintBuilder, and today I just wanted to reach out to you and let you guys know what's kind of going on in the marketplace. Those of you know that we just added more bullion in our shop. We were able to tweak some of the pricing, from our vendors. I just got that added. We put it up as fast as we can. When we had it put up, I told them just to, play it safe, get it on there right. Now we got it at cost. Everything's at cost set up on there. So you'll see gold and silver, best prices anywhere, especially when you're, just buying, 5 or 10 or 20, things like that. Nobody's beating our prices. Premiums are what they are right now. There's nothing we can do about that. It just has to do with, mints being shut down because of the pandemic that's going on. As far as market prices go, they're working their way back up. And that is what I wanted to talk about here. So you can go in the shop, check that out. But just if you got just a couple minutes here, I'm going to walk you through and let you know what the predictions, what's happening. Here at MintBuilder, we are not a brokerage. We're not an investment firm, so I need to let you know that right away. So make sure you're not marketing the business as such. If you are an affiliate here with MintBuilder, it's really just kind of a savings. You're taking your hard-earned money, your currency, and you're converting it into real money, real tangible assets. It's not something that's going to pay you dividends, although your savings of silver and gold could literally double. That's a possibility. That's just a great savings, the way I look at it. It's kind of like insurance, for your money. You have insurance for life, you have insurance for your car, you have health insurance, those kind of things you insure. Why not insure your finances? That's important. So that's what we do, helping people to insure their wealth with a proper savings of real wealth. So let's jump into it here. Now, you can kind of see right now, where we're at with silver and gold. Right here on the website at MintBuilder, you can see silver currently, as I'm talking, it just dipped below $15. Gold is just below 17. So they're down just a little today, but that's a perfect opportunity for buying. And I'm not just talking about bullion, I'm talking about numismatics. Let me jump in and show you. So we're going to go right on to Bloomberg, okay? Very trusted, as far as letting you know what's happening and when you're talking about investments and things like that. Again, we're not into investments, but they do mention often silver and gold, precious metals. And right now they just did a report coming from Bank of America, one of the big banks, one of the top banks. And Bank of America is talking about a huge increase in gold. Okay, they're talking about gold reaching $3,000 by next year at some point. Now, usually they're pretty good at their predictions. You can do the research on that, but that is a massive, massive increase from what they originally were talking about is only 2,000 as a more conservative amount. And then with everything that's happening right now, they're talking about some of the major reasons with doubt in fiat currencies, things like that. It's making a perfect storm. So whereas they thought it was going to steadily rise to 2,000, now they're talking about a $3,000 an ounce gold price, and that's something they believe is is a conservative bet. So that's literally almost doubling the current price that we have going on right now. Now that's with gold, okay? Now let me just show you a little bit of a forecast with silver as well. They're looking at the rest of this year being, somewhat bullish, as it says here, mildly bullish. Talking about silver getting back to $22. I would call that pretty bullish because we're talking about, silver going up $7. That's a 50% increase just this year alone. But they're talking about next year silver hitting the $28 mark. Now I do remember, I've been in the industry since the late 90s, but even in the 2010 decade, what silver did hit well beyond $30, even $40. So when it does that, that's when everybody wants to start buying, silver and gold. When it caps way up high like that, same thing happened with Bitcoin and everything else. Now is the time. It is the best buying opportunity that I've seen personally with what's happening in the market, the perfect storm that's happening, to be able to have not only silver and gold bullion, but also numismatics. Now let me explain that for a second. When you're looking at example right now, American Silver Eagles is a really good example of this. The U.S. Mint shut down. It actually shut down prior to the Corona crash. Everything that's happening with that. It even shut down a little before that because demand was already starting to increase. Now, people aren't working, the mints aren't working, things like this is happening. So it puts a lot of pressure on, these mints to be able to create and mint those kind of coins. So with that happening and with the prices going up, for bullion, for ungraded coins, what's going to happen to the numismatic side of the business? Just think through it logically for a minute. You're going to have all these, say silver eagles, right? You only have so many. Normally there's 30 million plus, minted every year. There's going to be a far less mintage of it, and people are going to be grabbing up and hoarding as much of it as they can. So there's going to be far less being submitted to NGC, PCGS, and so it's going to create a rarity in the numismatic field. I'm telling you right now that I believe that numismatics are going to be the big money makers for the next 2 years. And so that's something I would really encourage to take a look at. Those kind of products that are something that there's not as much minted of, those are always the ones that go up so fast. I can think of a few off the top of my head, like the Australian Crux, the Northern Skies. That was the first like domed coin. They didn't make that many of them, and that coin literally went from like $150 to like $1,000 when they're graded because they were PF 70s. Now, with the demand on all of these coins, the Gem BU, the Brilliant Uncirculated, ungraded, the demand on those is going to be so strong that there's going to be far less being sent to the mints to be graded, which means that the pressure on numismatics is going to cause the prices to go up. I believe as well. You don't really hear about that because people aren't investing, and there's no futures and options and paper investments with numismatics, just the gold and silver. So that's all you're going to hear people talking about. But just think logically through it. And that's where it's going to be. That pressure is going to cause numismatics to also be more rare. More rarity means worth more money, and more money in your pocket. So whereas you could double your money with bullion, which I suggest you should have some of, you could double your money with that. I think with the numismatics you have potential to maybe even triple or quadruple. And again, it's not an investment; it's just a smart savings. It's an intelligent way of saving. Saving paper currency right now is not an intelligent way to save because of what's happening in the market, what has been happening. The crisis isn't just now; it's been something that's been getting worse and worse. We're past the tipping point. There's no going back with our fiat currencies around the world. Doesn't matter if it's U.S., doesn't matter if it's euro or the pound, doesn't matter where you are. The fiat currency is going to crash at some point. And they're going to have to reevaluate everything. But guess what's going to always hold value? Silver and gold is going to always hold value. Numismatics are like precious artwork. It's going to hold value as well. It's just a whole different type thing. I'm not saying this isn't. I don't believe in my personal belief. I don't believe it's like the end of the world, doom and gloom. I believe that we'll recover and have to revamp the entire currency system, and that's a whole other topic. And there's too many opinions on that, but what I do believe is that silver and gold is always going to have value, and I believe numismatics will always have value. And so this is the time. Now, with all that said, this is the perfect time. Also, right now, people need a second stream of income, and this business model, it's almost like a perfect storm that's happening right now that, there's so much bad stuff that's happening, but all of this can be spun into something tremendous for literally millions of families or people looking for extra income, ways to preserve their wealth. You have that available right here at MintBuilder, whether you're an affiliate with us currently, or if you've taken a look at it, or if you're a customer. I encourage you to take a look at both sides of the coin, and that's what we think of MintBuilder as a two-sided coin. One side of the business is wealth preservation with precious metals, bullion and numismatics, and the other side of the coin is creating, an extra stream of income for those that like helping other people with their wealth, and also, being able just to have that extra, revenue that's just nice coming in weekly. So take a look at that. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. That's the biggest thing you could ever do, is just, make sure that you look into everything that seems like a big news story. Make sure for yourself. So I just wanted to bring that out to everybody. Take a look at that. This is the time to get really stirred up with being able to have this kind of opportunity that we have here at MintBuilder. So we'll talk to you guys real soon, and thanks everybody. Stay safe.